All right. Coming back once again. Hope everybody's still doing well. This is part two on we talking about what to eat and what not to eat. And a big shout out to everybody. I enjoyed all the comments. I love how we can learn from each other. Listen at each other and we all don't sit up and act like we know it all. Now this is the part I want to talk about in this video. This is part two because I want to tie it in with red meat and how most folks I know are dealing with gout. And if you know what gout is, yeah, when your feet can swell up about this big and it's a whole lot of pain in there. A whole lot of pain. Now, I've never dealt with gout, but I don't eat a lot of, I try my best not, I got off of eating a whole lot of ground beef and red meat a long time ago. I told y'all how I eat. I eat very healthy. I don't even eat a lot of fried stuff. I cook, I bake and steam fry and broil pretty much everything I eat. I don't do fast food restaurants. Maybe every blue moon I might want a hamburger or something. But this red meat, I don't know what they putting in the meat nowadays, people. Steroids, and when you sitting up eating a bunch of pork and beef and hog maws and chilies and all that fattened food, it can hurt you a whole lot. A whole lot. Most people I know don't even like to eat vegetables. I got a one partner, all he eat is meat. Fried meat, fat, greasy meat. And that's all he eat. But he always wondering why he feel like he feel all the time. He don't eat no vegetables. I mean, don't even try. And what you do to what you put in your body. Yeah. If you sitting up eating crazy, expect crazy results. That's just real talk. Now, one of my favorite meats, I don't eat it no more. I rarely find people with it. But deer meat used to be some of the cleanest meat back then. I don't know what's going on. Like I said, I don't know what's going on with a lot of meat nowadays. But deer meat used to be some of the cleanest meat. This just me talking from me now, and I love deer meat. Every now and again, I wish I had some. I knew somebody that had a lot of deer meat because I'm like this when it comes to ground beef and let's say, like I said, we was talking about all this red meat, and I'm more of I like the turkey. I like the chicken. Give me a baked chicken, broil it, bake. I like to bake my fish. That's why I say I like shrimp also. A lot of people, according to the Old Testament, that's why I say they don't realize that when God was talking to Israel, they'll take what God was saying and apply it to everything. See, one thing about the Bible, you have to understand that a lot of things did apply to Israel. You have to understand the difference between the Jews and the Gentiles. See, that's why Gentiles was considered unclean and dirty. That's why you got a whole debate about tithing and offering also. And people be putting you on the laws and curses and things because it's just ignorance of the word, but not to jump off and all that. That's why I wanted to come back in this video and talk about that side of the meat that can mess you all the way up. A lot of people now are sitting up overweight because of too much Jack in the Box, too much Burger King, too much McDonald's, too much going out, period. And going out to eat is not all that healthy, people. One thing about food, you don't know what somebody is putting in your food. But that's why I also kept it real in the last video I just did because I was talking about as these days get worse. Trust me, people, these days are going to get worse. Times are going to get harder. And food is going to come very hard to come across. Unless you know the end of that. Unless you are just going to fall for the Antichrist. The mark of the beast is what I'm referring to. That's why I say yes, you can stack up on much things you need to stack up. But like I was telling Pop, what's so sad, man, it's more breaking in people's houses than anything. Somebody is trying to get you for what you have nowadays. Just say you got 500 canned goods stacked up and you around somebody that never stacked up none and these days getting worse and worse. And they know that you got those canned goods. Well, 9 times out of 10, they're going to try to come rob your house. See, I talk about stuff that most people don't want to wake up and look at. And when it comes to eating right, that's why I say there's going to come a time when you can't go out and do what you want to do. Let's take a look at what's going on right now. Look at how many people have shortages of food right now in countries right now. People are starving. Now I don't know about y'all, and I'm my Papa J's T son, and I'm like Pop, and I feel him when he says this because I feel the same way. If things get that bad, I'm gonna be, hey, don't let me have my gun in my hand. I might shoot a dog. And I'm gonna pray over it, and I'm gonna say, Lord, sanctify it. I might kill some of them ducks flying and birds, something. I'm gonna do what I need to do to survive. And I'm gonna pray over it. Because I am a true believer of God's word, of what's really coming ahead of us, that's really already here. That's why I said in the old video that stuff you looking at walking down the street gonna start looking good to you. I don't care what kind of animal it is. It'll be a hawk. Hey, them squirrels and rabbits. We're gonna have some rabbit. We're gonna have some rabbit or something. And the reason I say this because most people think when I do these videos, it's a joke and that I'm being funny. That's why I said, think about it. I told you in the other video, think about if you woke up and you was going to the gas station and wasn't no more gas and you wasn't stocked up on gas, or they just shut your electricity off and you can't get it back on. You don't have no electricity. You can't get to food like you need to. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You going to sit up and wish that I had a steak, or you going to sit up and starve to death? See, one thing about me, I'm a survivor. I grew up not having nothing. I don't have all that right now. And I'm glad I grew up that way because my trust is not in material things. My trust is not in mankind. My trust is in the Lord. And I look to the hills from where my help comes from every day. I don't wait on a funeral to say that. That's why I do videos like this, and I love all the comments because y'all keep it real. That's why I say some people just gonna abuse their body, but some people actually try to eat right. But it's almost like being sick and going to the hospital. You know, some people say it's good to take medicine, and some say it's not good to take medicine. I can say from my experience, I have had some medicine given to me that felt like it killed me, almost killed me. And everything don't agree with my system. The last time I was in the hospital, they put me on some pills. I felt like I was dying, and I had to get off of them. That's why I love natural stuff. I always remember growing up how they took care of everything without even going to the doctor. They was their own doctors. My grandma and them, they was their own doctors. They made a way. You know, it wasn't they didn't have a lot of doctors around, and if they did, they probably couldn't afford to go to them. And people, it's easy for people to sit up and say, you know, it don't cost a lot of money to do this, to do that. But when you don't have nothing, you don't have nothing. And as you look at Medicare right now, you look at how hard it is to get help. Even if you're going to get dental work, look at how expensive everything is. And say you the one just got laid off. Think about it. It's just something to think about. You done lost your job. You don't have no money. Your unemployment done ran out. You don't have nothing. And the church is not helping you, and your so-called friends are not helping you. And all you got is your faith. That's all you have to depend on. See, I'm trying to let y'all know what's getting ready. It's already happening if you just open up your eyes, but letting you know how worse it's going to get. It's going to get, I always tell people, it's going to get worse before it get better. This is the exact reason why Christ have to return, people. This is the exact reason why we have to have the new heaven on earth that John saw in his vision. The new heaven on earth. And one thing I can say about reading Revelation, when we get in this glorified body, this spiritual body, it ain't going to be all this sickness and pain and diseases and you know, dying from cancer and whatever you want to name, because you will be in a body that can't die. And I know one thing, the Bible don't speak about meat in Revelation in the end, but it speaks about fruit. And it tells you about the fruit, those trees that's going to be bearing those, 12 crops. And that fruit, it speaks well of that. And I just picture in my spiritual mind when I read about that clear water and that fruit. And I don't know about y'all, but I want to be sitting up under them trees that's putting out that fruit. They let me know one thing. The Lord going to have us eating right. The Lord going to have us eating right. This is why I said in the previous video, just try to eat right the best way you know how. You don't have to grow up doing what everybody else did. That's why I say I'm not going to get on here and lie, because there is a whole lot of bad things that happen behind all this fast food. And people wonder why their cholesterol is so high. Most people are stressing. That's their main problem. and eating all that fat stuff, man, because that's why I say nowadays you don't know what's in this food. And when you're going out to these restaurants eating, you don't know what they putting in their food. That's why JT like to cook JT's own food. And I like to go around my mom's house every now and again and see what they cooking around there, because I know one thing about around there, Pop and Mama gonna be eating right. They're gonna be eating healthy. They're gonna be having vegetables and everything. So try your best to live right and try to eat right. And like I say, we can do all we can, but we don't know how long we gonna be here, people. We don't. That's why I was talking about my boy that passed not too long ago. It wasn't even nothing wrong with him. Nothing at all. Didn't eat crazy. He was been the same size since we was little. I mean, he wasn't in and out of the hospital. He didn't have no high blood pressure, no nothing. Just died in his sleep. Just like that. It make you want to just say, why, Lord? What happened? Why? But I learned I'm not going to understand everything in this life. So with that being said, there are a whole lot of bad things, like I say, that happens behind eating all that pork and red meat. Red meat will kill you. And I saw the comment about Jack in the Box and Burger King. Most folks I know, that's why they fat. They real fat right now, because they can't let go of the burgers. All they eat is 2 or 3 burgers when they eat, and they eat fast food. I got one partner, he eat fast food 3 times a day. I don't know how he do it. I don't know how he do it. And he eat, I'm not talking about eating healthy, he eats stuff like burgers all day, every day. Fried chicken or barbecue ribs, pork, that's all he eat. Greens and all the fat stuff. And that's how he been doing for as long as I know him. And he don't want to change. And when he see me eat, he laugh at me, because just like today, me and Twin came over, and another guy, my boy Jack from around the corner. See, Jack almost died in the hospital, and Jack can't eat a whole lot of stuff, and they had to put him on some kind of medicine. And he came around here, and we all ate together, because when I cook, I didn't put no seasoning in it, and I made some brown rice. And if you can, every now and again, people, listen to me closely on this. Please make you some homemade soup. Healthy. Use them onions. Use that garlic, tomatoes. I mean, you know what all healthy stuff to use. That's why I love to eat right, man. And when you eat right, people, trust me when I say this, it make you feel better. You're not as sloppy. When you eat and work out, you got energy. That's why your boy JT be pumped up all the time. I got energy. I got a lot of energy, and I love trying to eat right, because I feel 100% better. Now, there was a time growing up, like I say, I used to wear Jack in the Box out. I used to wear McDonald's out. All of them Taco Bell, them fast food restaurants, I was a faithful member. But now, can't do it. See, every male, when the man hits 30 years old and up, his body starts changing. If you 30 and up, you can feel me in this video. If you are a man, I don't know about a woman. I ain't never been one and don't plan on being one. But as a male, as a man, when you hit 30 years old and up, your body start really going through some serious changes. You're getting older. So as you get older, get wiser and make better choices. Stop being 30 and up and still trying to eat burgers and fries all day, every day. Because I got a news flash for you. Your body can't handle it. Your body can't handle it. And you can't fight with your body. Your body gonna win every time. So with that being said, I didn't even mean to make this video that long. But this is just a little part 2 behind that red meat I was talking about. But at the same time, just be careful with what you eat. I'm not telling you to go out and do this and do that. You do what you feel. You do what works for you, because you can sit up and tell me to eat fat stuff all day and JT ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna look at you and I'm gonna say, I feel you. But JT gonna do what works for JT. Love everybody. God bless you on this beautiful and blessed day. See you. Peace out.